And so we've come to the final feature for another year of Schlocktober. Where does the time go? You know, folks, despite how it can sometimes appear, I don't collect and seek out material like this simply out of a fascination with bad movies. If bad was all it took, these would all be Nicholas Sparks adaptations. What I'm looking for in obscure, outside-the-box films is that sense of what were they thinking? Because with stuff like this, that's actually an interesting question. Not so much with more mainstream fare. Hell, it doesn't even apply to stuff that I really like. There's no what were they thinking in Captain America the Winter Soldier, for example. They were thinking, the last movie with this guy made like $1 billion, so make another one. Now, this is especially true of stuff from before the age of video and at-home editing equipment, since even bad movies still took a lot of time and effort to make. So chances are if you actually finished one, even if you didn't have the talent or the skill to make it good, chances are you at least had some creative need to share an idea or vision, and when you mix that with the realm of niche and limited interest subject matter, sometimes magic happens. Case in point, this week's feature is all at once and in total sincerity a Christian film, an anti-drug message movie, and a brutally violent horror flick. And, perhaps inevitably, it's from Florida. This is Blood Freak. Our star is B-movie actor Stephen Hawks, real name Stevan Sipek, a Croatian-American beefcake who'd gained minor notoriety making unlicensed Tarzan movies for Spanish producers, portions of which were shot in Florida. During the production of 1972's Tarzan and the Brown Prince, an on-set pyrotechnic accident led to Hawks suffering serious burns over 90% of his body, requiring him to stay in Florida for extensive skin graft and therapy while the production moved back overseas. Still recuperating and needing money, he signed on to make Blood Freak for infamous Floridian low-budget filmmaker Brad F. Grinter. Hawks stars as a macho biker named Herschel, recently back from Vietnam, who meets a very pretty and very religious girl named Angel, subtle, who offers him a place to stay. Said place is also occupied by Angel's sinful sister Anne, who likes to hold drug parties with her dealer and her hippie friends. She'd like hunky Herschel, who kinda looks like Elvis if he were a He-Man toy, to join the fun as well, but he's more interested in learning about the Bible from Angel than drugs.
Go ahead, turn into a Bible freak. See who gives a damn.
Anne, please.
Why don't you let the guy do what he wants to do?
You know, I've been in the midst of this same debate a few times, and it's never been two hot chicks. Just saying. Anyway, Anne scores some weed that turns Herschel into a total addict in about 30 seconds. And then she seduces him, so too bad for Angel, huh? And it's kinda crummy on Herschel's part too, since she went to the trouble of getting him a job on a turkey farm, which turns out to actually be run by mad scientists who are testing chemicals on turkey meat and want Herschel to be the human guinea pig to see if it can be eaten safely. Their logic literally being, well, he's built like a brick house, so he's probably safe. Unfortunately, he is not. The tainted meat transforms Herschel into the Blood Freak, so named because he is driven to drink the blood of fellow drug addicts. Alright, you know what? Not a bad idea for a monster movie. Except... Yep, you ain't seeing things. The Blood Freak is a half-man, half-fowl were-turkey. Unless you think they're joking around, the director himself occasionally interrupts the movie to speak directly to the audience about how serious the film's intentions are.
Any man who could refuse such temptations from such a girl as this, he would have to be much less a man than Herschel. How bad is that? But remember that the paths of life are predictable, and we repeat them again and again. Right on.
So, the Blood Freak goes around abducting drug users to drain and drink their blood. Well, in a bizarre subplot, Anne's drug dealer boyfriend attempts to pay off his supplier by letting him rape Anne, a crime for which the Blood Freak literally takes him to the woodshed. Now, that's actually a pretty decent gore effect, helped by the actor supposedly having a prosthetic leg. Eventually, two of Anne's hippie pals hunt the turkey monster down and attack him with machetes. But instead of the kill, we see a real turkey being beheaded, which I won't make you watch, and then an arty cut to this.
Why don't you sit over here and I'll go get it.
Are you in love?
Oh, excuse me while I get it.
Oh my God. I've been hallucinating.
Yep, it was all a dream. Herschel admits to having been addicted to painkillers before any of this started. Angel helps cure his addictions by convincing him to finally let Jesus take the wheel, and he gets a happy drug-free ending with Anne. As for the narrator's parting thoughts, well, here they are. I swear this isn't an outtake, this is actually in the film, and again, they weren't joking.
So when you eat or take into your body any chemical or drugs. You take a chance on reactions that are untested, unpredictable. There are government agencies, many responsible groups, fighting the use of chemicals in the food we eat, the water we drink. And yet there are far too many of us who go right on taking the good way of life for granted, ignoring the warnings. So, let's give a little thought to making our own story have a happy ending.
Wow. But the story didn't end there. Remember that fire that nearly killed Hawks on the set of that Tarzan movie? Well, he claims that his life was saved by a lion who'd been trained to pull him to safety for another scene in the film. So when he retired from acting, he dedicated his attentions to running small-scale big cat sanctuaries in Florida. In 2004, those activities made international news headlines when a 600-pound tiger escaped from the actor's property and was shot by police, an act he described as unnecessary and murder. In 2012, more animals were confiscated from him over permit violations, but as of 2013, it appears he has regained them and hasn't made any further news. In any case, that's Blood Freak, and so concludes Schlocktober. Happy Halloween, everybody!